Hey guys, good afternoon everyone. Welcome back to another fantastic presentation by one of our B2 students from ILC, English Institute, English with the Best. So Viviana, please introduce yourself and introduce your topic for the audience. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, teacher. My name is Viviana Muñoz. I am a student from ILC English Institute for the last level. Now I'm going to talk about psychology for elderly people. First, the phrase that I love is that the older I get, the smarter my father seems to get. It's about how the elderly people has a lot of knowledge and they want to talk about that. They want to learn about life and they want to be heard about their relatives. First, I'm going to talk about my studies, and I began my studies at 2012 in the Universidad Central. So during my studies, I met a lot of people that really helped me to understand a lot of things, not only for the studies, so they know about and understand about things about my life and try to understand how to help people in between my profession. The first experience that I had in my university is when I traveled to low common community, and I had the opportunity to work with children and mothers that didn't have good opportunities to live or maybe work, and it was a good experience because I had to sleep in sleeping bags, and maybe we slept in one school, but that school was the only in the town, and I remember that there was only one store in all the town. And then in 2016 I had the opportunity to be able for the psychological support for helping people during the earthquake in Esmeraldas. In that opportunity, I worked with the adults and the older people, and maybe I think that it was the experience that I really love to work with that community, because some people think that they are things that can stay in a small place in the house, but they didn't remember that they have feelings and they need more attention. And then I graduated in 2019 and I got my diploma as clinical psychologist. So the first time I started to work with people with different problems with their minds, but I think that I really love to work with elderly people. So maybe 6 or 7 months ago, I started to work in Sacred Heart of Jesus nursing home. In this center, it's from the notes, and nowadays I'm working with 65 old people. So my job is so hard because talking about my job or talking about psychologists with elderly people, it's talking about love about patience, about love to the others, because it's very hard, because it's some days that they don't want to talk, or they don't want to work with anything or anyone, and that is my job, that they have to talk and work with our activities. So the first and the most important activity that I do with them is that I try to increase their self-esteem with some activities like writing or listening music, or every Friday I do handcrafts with them, and some days they want to take their handcrafts, and if they have some family, they try to give their gifts from their family. And I have 65 stories to tell you, and 65 different realities to talk about. But now I'm going to talk about two stories that I really love. One of them is about Luisita. She has 104 years old, and nowadays she is alone. Why I say that because she doesn't have family, because her parents and her siblings and her nephews and all of her family passed away maybe 10 or 20 or more years ago, and she's alone. But I think that all the people in the nursing home maybe can be her family, because she receives not only love for the personal from the center, so she receives love for all the people and all the elderly people that in the center, because we know about their condition and their problems with their mind and their problems with their family, that she doesn't have more family, and that is a little sad for all of us, and that is a thing that she's so sad when she tries to talk about her family, but she cries a lot, and that is my job, and try to increase her happiness, and try to that she has to see the other like they like her family. And the other story that I want to tell you is about a woman that lost her children maybe 20 years ago, and she said that when it happens, she had depression and some anxiety, and she decided to stay in her home maybe for 1 year, and she never go out for, and she didn't go out from 1 year, and she knew that she could get some problems with her mind, and that is the reason that she decided to go to the nursing home, and she said that she needs more help with her mind, and now she receives she received some visits from her sisters or her friends, and some friends said that she's okay and she has to stay out from the nursing home, but the Patty said that she has all of the things that she wants has in the nursing home, and she never goes out from the nursing home. So my job is try to increase all of their lives, and we do a lot of activities like visit some parks, and the most important thing is when we try to increase their social life. For example, we did some parties from different months. So in October we did a Halloween party, and we danced, and maybe if they want they can sing some songs that they really love, and that is the way that I work with them. And the other part of my job is that I have some students, and they have to learn about not only how to be a good clinical psychologist, so they learn how to be a good human, because when we work with elderly people, we have to know how to act with love and patience, and maybe with some days with more love than others. And maybe some suggestion that I want to tell you is that if we live with our grandparents or other person, and we don't have to know act on, we don't have enough money, or we don't have enough patience to stay with them, we have to search some centers or some professionals to stay with them, because they need a lot of love and they need a lot of patience, and maybe they only need to be protected and love with their relatives. And the other thing is that we can search a lot of information on the internet, and we can try to work with the elderly people in our homes, and try to increase their cognitive, and try to feel them like independent, and try to feel more useful for the society. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, Viviana, thank you for that loving presentation. See, it's important to show some respect, see, for the elderly people. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Viviana. Thank you.